Excuse me.
Okay, so she's got the recording button going. We're waiting for
Ender.
Ender to show up.
Ender said that she'd be here soon, though.
So to do that, if Ender doesn't show up in an hour, I'm calling it for the night, I suppose. Make an Animal Crossing chill, and we'll figure out a later date. I can't confirm what sort of a later date, because I want this on the record. My fucking boss is a bitch. Because he told me almost last night that he would go home and work on the schedule. We are now on Thursday of this week. Schedule calendar. Let's see. Has he posted the schedule yet? Oh, he did. Finally. Oh, bloody fucking fantastic. The fucker's got me working Monday through Friday. So how has everyone else been doing?
All right.
Fairly shitty.
Sorry to hear that, Nora.
Last night was not fun.
Mm.
I passed someone with a bumper sticker of Trump peeing on liberals, so I flipped them off on the way out of Harvey's.
Ah.
An understandable and relatable feeling. Okay. We're going to go to the downloads because I think it's still in there. Which spiritualist monstrous races? Oh, is this the one I think that we have that has the stats block that I am looking for? Or like almost all of the stat blocks I'm looking for. It is those stat blocks I am looking for.
Ugh.
Dinosaur paths, dinosaur paths. There we go. Monsters in the primal wilds. Oh, fantastic. It includes an entire list of actual other monsters.
What's up?
All these stat blocks.
Still going over stat blocks.
I know which ones I need. I'm just rereading some of them. Everyone's level 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kobold Fight Club.
Oh, Lord.
Well, it's one of those. I use Kobold Fight Club as a quick reference guide.
It's still just a hilarious name.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. But it's like, for example, a CR4 is a hard encounter for you, but a CR3 is a medium encounter for you, if I only put one. So I try to keep that in mind. Now, Plesiosaurus.
We're going to be encountering dinosauruses.
Yes. Look, I gave you all enough of a heads up of what kind of a continent it was. This is Grayson wanted to build a dinosaur campaign, but didn't feel like he could propose a dinosaur campaign well enough. So he made
Really?
slices of adventures for my dinosaur urges.
We'd all be perfectly happy playing a dinosaur campaign, Craig.
I know
you
we
know
all
that.
be happy. I know y'all be perfectly happy playing a dinosaur campaign, but I wanted to put my focus into something that wasn't necessarily dinosaurs for a full-blown campaign, and let the fuck it ideas that I throw at the wall and see what stick be for this campaign.
All right.
Ryla's going to feel right at home surrounded by dinosaurs.
Oh, yes. The happy laugh of a DM.
That is my evil villain laugh of the DM. Yes, no, Casey bought that wonderful PDF that has a whole bunch of just more dinosaur stat blocks for a bunch of different things, ranging from the tiny Anchiornis to the mighty Amphilocelus. Did you want to fight a CR17 Sauropod? No.
Yeah.
Too bad.
We can do that. No.
Yeah.
No.
It counts as a siege monster. It has 2 legendary resistances a day. Can make 2 attacks, one with its stomp and one with its tail. The stomp attack is a 78 plus 8 attack, and the tail attack is a 98 plus 8 attack. The stomp knocks folks prone. The tail must succeed a DC 19 Constitution saving throw or be deafened for 5 rounds. And if you fail the saving throw, you're also stunned.
Lovely.
It also has legendary actions of Tail Whip, which is only 48 plus 8 bludgeoning damage. And it also has a Trample. It is just literally, I am a meat wall. I am a meat wall.
It does plenty of damage, man.
It's all bludgeoning damage, so in theory, players would have resistance to it. But when you just throw that many numbers of something at somebody,
One
you know,
player, one player would have resistance to it. Resistances to even common damage is not common.
True. All right, so 2 plesiosaurs for that.
A Tyrannosaurus.
No.
Sure.
Oh no. I'm going to hint at a potential arc for a big bad as well tonight. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing math because, like, you all can, in theory, handle a CR4 at a hard difficulty. How many CR2s can I throw at you?
Fair.
Speaking of CR2, I cannot wait for level 4.
It's a little ways away. We still got players who need to play.
We've got, I mean, it opens up CR2, obviously. It also opens up swimming creatures. Finally be able to get Plesiosaurus.
If it's a low CR enough.
Yeah, Plesiosaurus, CR2.
Really?
Yeah, no, plesiosaurs are actually pretty low on the challenge rating. The PDF that KDC has for more sea monsters from the prehistoric eras. Elasmosaurus is a CR3.
That's.
I could, in theory, make that your final boss, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Or I could do... Ooh, that could be a fun twist. We're going to do that fun twist instead. Lycanthropes. Pterosaurs. Miscellaneous prehistoric creatures. Oh, that would be fun. Question: how many of you guys have a swim speed?
I get that at level 4.
None of us. Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
There she is.
Hold on 1 second. Let me mix myself up something to drink. While I go dig up one more stat block that I need. There we are, my babies. Now, how many? I mean, you do the math. How many can I do before it becomes stupid? We'll put an equivalent CR as that. So let's see how many I need to throw at you to make this scary.
Gray has the uncommon ability to get me actually excited about dinosaurs.
Howdy. That's because I just look at a dinosaur and I go, this is a good boy. I don't care about if it's accurate or not. Also, my enthusiasm is infectious.
Exactly.
Okie dokie. Let's see. So if I can throw 10 of those at you, you'll all panic.
So, Andrew, this is probably going to be theater of the mind, but I'm using Roll20 to roll dice because that's quick.
Yeah.
Look, we have a green sun in the room. If you wish to not even open it, that was the point of adding the boy.
I know.
I'll probably use Roll20 to roll my dice if that's okay.
That's fine. I'm going to literally just trust that you're being truthful. Please do not lie.
You're going to post them into the chat. But, like, there's 3 people, we can all call each other's bullshit. On average, one of us has to be telling the truth.
I'll have you know I never lie.
Hmm.
What never? Yes, never.
Okay.
What never? Well, hardly ever.
We're gonna
Also,
put this.
It's just
Hold on,
easier
I need to
spell
open up
as
the
well.
Google Docs. I want to put my stat blocks together. All right, I deleted all my cookies. Okay, I'm just gonna casually put these in a document because later on I need to. No, I don't like that. I wish for the formatting to go into it. Paste. There's no formatting. Okay, Jesus Christ. Paste without formatting. Nice.
Ouch. Yeah, usually always go paste without formatting because it's a mess if you don't.
Okay, so there's those boys.
There's the boys.
Hey, actually, would somebody roll me a d4?
Sure.
Oh. Might as well do this in chat.
Yeah.
This rolls 1d4. Green Sun says 2.
Fantastic. That determines your final boss.
Oh,
Damn it, Green Sun.
Please tell me you didn't roll a Barosaurus.
Green Sun, what have you done?
You've doomed us all.
What were you worried about at rolling?
A Barosaurus.
I will tell you now, there is no Barosaurus to worry about.
I know there are Barosaurus stats.
There are Barosaurus stats, yes, they are, in fact, a long boy. I'm going to save those stats in the doc for much later to twist to my own desires. Because I like having big bosses. That's neither here nor there. What's the RRU?
What's the R what?
Okay. Nothing. Just I'm looking up some stat blokes.
Because I do have the CR of several dinosaurs memorized for obvious reasons.
I understand. I'm just saving down the information because I wanted to, we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun. I hope we have some fun. You all might die. Who knows?
Shh, I'm a barbarian.
I say we're having fun in the warm
I mean-
California sun.
If the trend continues, Nora's going to kill us before we do. Speaking of,
Nora, I prohibit you from killing people this session.
I'm trying.
speaking
I'm a
of
wild.
what is the range on that pulse, by the way?
30 feet.
Okay, I'm fine. Wizard, I get to be more than 30 feet away from everyone at all times.
Yeah, that's just wizard rules, man.
Yeah, it's just wizard rules.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I almost killed you last time.
Alrighty. Let me just open up my physical copy of the monster manual to a certain page.
Yay.
Perfect. Cool. So is everybody ready?
Yes.
Any last comments, concerns? Oh, wait.
Ander.
Okay, cool. You were muted for a second. I was like, oh no. Please no, my heart can't take anything more.
Neither can mine. Literally.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Nora.
Fine. Proceed.
Yes, anyhow. So, unfortunately, for our wonderful listeners at home, absolutely no one briefed me on how the fuck to open up these sons of bitches, as it goes in my colloquial Indiana Hoosier terms.
You ride an airship to wherever the mission is.
Yeah.
Well, yes, we start in a castle in the sky. As all good fun adventures start, right? No, if you're starting in a castle in the sky and you're going down, well, it's all got to go downhill from here now, isn't it?
I love that movie.
Matter of perspective.
In any case, so there was a wonderful little job posted on the job board in a older parchment style with some very over-the-top flourishes of calligraphy. Where did I put the quest board? A Sir William Randiforus, Esquire, is searching for 4 souls willing to assist him with the delivery of cargo and special goods to the remote city of Skymont on the great Mount Thagomizer in the remote continent of Ceretia. Those that shall travel shall be recompensed greatly for their duties.
Cool.
On the said note, there is also in like a much brasher handwriting style, Bay 4 and a time. So I'm assuming y'all go down to the Bay 4. And the entryway, as you get there, there is an older looking satyr fellow who looks like right now everything just pisses him the fuck off. And as he sees you all approach, he's like, "Are you here for the job? Or are you here to piss me off? Which one are you here for?"
Hello,
I consider myself one of money talents.
Victoria opened the book.
Look, if you're here for the job, you're more helpful than anything else. So one pain out of my arse is better than none. My name is Pippins, which I fucking hate.
Why
I
not
am
use new name?
I am Bay 4's manager, I guess, who monitors folks coming in and out, you know, that kind of a deal. Nothing quite fun, a lot of fucking paperwork. And normally I wouldn't have let fucking William fucking post anything, but that goddamn Ege owed me. I owed the goddamn Ege a fever after a bad game of poker.
What poker? She whispers to Ryla.
I think it's a game where people take their clothes off if they start to lose.
That's strip poker, that's a different set of rules.
Oh yeah, I gotta roll my D8 for my breath weapon. So continue.
I think it might be related to blackjack.
4.
I like Pippin's waves his hand. In any case, he's been here for 3 fucking days. Please, for the love of God, get him out of my fucking airbay.
I think we can do that.
Excellent, cool. He's down there at the far end. If it looks like it's a falling apart piece of junk, that's your one. And with that, he leaves.
We throw out door.
Hmm?
We throw him out the door.
No, that would be quite rude, I believe.
Pippin say remove.
Oh, no. He means we need to do the task, which would move this fellow onwards.
Why not say so?
It's a colloquialism, and he's evidently rather brash.
Tilt head. Hello?
Apologies, my dear. It's a turn of phrase, I guess you'd say. It's
Why?
unique to
Why
his
turn
own.
phrase?
Okay, I heard a roll 20 roll. You better be posting those because I don't have roll 20 open.
Oh.
because I'm not.
She's doing it to figure out which breath weapon she has.
Yeah, I
Oh,
roll
okay.
a d8 to figure out what my breath weapon is. I rolled a 4, so I'm looking up what that is.
There's... Well, turn of phrase is it's a bunch of words cleverly put together to basically mean something a little more complex.
She stares.
People from different parts of the world say things differently as a means of expressing their own personal identities.
Exactly. And a colloquialism is one that exists within a very set group.
Victoria nods, somewhat understanding.
By the way, I'm afraid I didn't introduce myself. I am Basil de Chanticleer. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Hello, me Victoria.
Hello, Miss Victoria. I've heard a little bit
DM.
about you.
Oh.
Yes.
Narrows her eyes again.
You'd be shocked how a very large patchwork individual like yourself goes, quite hand in hand with the rumor mill.
You just want work.
Oh, don't worry. There's plenty of work here.
Yes. Have things to do.
Don't we all?
Oh, right. I don't think we've met either. I just remembered. I was not in that episode. My player was.
Apologies, miss. That is some fourth realm warp shenanery you're talking about.
I know. I hate when that happens.
In any case, Basil de Chanticleer. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance as well.
Ryla Espinosa.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Espinosa.
Victoria has accidentally drunk Ryla 3 times.
Oh, Victoria. I want to show you something. Mr. Basil. Ryla just leans in uncomfortably close, eyeing you all over, taking in the details.
Just slight tilt of the head and just continues to smile.
As she withdraws her head, takes a deep breath, and shrinks down into what is an approximation of a human being.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I like this time.
Now Victoria's the one getting extremely close. Teeth need be bigger.
She looks mostly human, except for the gray skin and the green sclera, and the fact that her 3-foot-long tongue is hanging out of her mouth. Hang on. Compacting is hard.
Bigger teeth.
Ryla holds up a mirror, extends some cute little vampire fangs. Did I get it right this time?
Victoria nods. Look normal. Says the Frankenstein.
I haven't done that one since I was a teenager.
Victoria lightly pokes at one of Isla's arms.
I don't know whether to get mad at that reference or not. But alrighty,
What reference?
don't worry about it.
Oh, right.
Don't worry about it. You'll live longer, maybe. But yes, so as you go into the wonderful Bay 4, run by the very cranky satyr, who probably just wants some drinks, but can't have drinks, business work rules and all that. Just pouring in a little bit of that apple. Anywho, you see towards the end of Bay 4 a lovely looking ship lovely in the sense of it's kind of ramshackle and it's all fuck. It looks like it's been through hell. There are 3 patches on this airship that are in fact different woods.
Oh,
This
It's
one
looking-
looks functional.
Above it is a gigantic big balloon hovering there, tied down like a regular boat would upon dock, and not per se with an engine. And painted on the side in kind of shaky letters is the Penshire 3. 3 is in fact written in 2. Looks like was tried to have written in 2 numerical Roman numerals, scratched out, and a 3 written in.
look like me.
That just means it has character, Vic.
And from
Name
below the deck,
Victoria.
I know, I'm calling you Vix for short.
But name Victoria.
Right, and I'm expressing affection by referring to you as a name that I refer to you as that differs from your own name.
Narrows eyes again.
a noise comes from beneath the deck, and quickly stumbling out from below is a large old man, portly, with an aviator's cap and an almost ill-fitting like an aviator suit, kind of like those old World War I pilot kind of deals. And he looks towards you, and like you can see, and he has a small gray curly mustache. And he sees you and goes, "Oh, there you are! Fantastic! I knew Pippins wouldn't let me down." And he like quickly waddles off the ship and approaches you all. He's like, "Excellent, excellent, excellent! You must be the ones who saw my posting. Fantastic! I was starting to worry no one was going to come." I
what race
am.
guy? What race is this guy?
Oh, he's completely 100% human.
Oh,
Victoria, you can't just ask a person what their race is.
Oh, nonsense. I'm from the Isles of Skye towards the north. Don't worry about it if you've never heard of it. It's a little bit of it's an obscure little place. I am Sir William Ranforth, Esquire. Pleasure to meet you all.
Hello there, my good sir.
And he sticks out a pudgy, gloved hand.
I'll take the hand and shake it.
He eagerly shakes your hand, and he extends it to the rest of you.
Ryla takes it, a little hesitantly.
He has a firm grip, but seems mostly all right.
Hesitantly because she's trying to balance in this form still. Turns out it is not like riding a bike.
When Victoria takes it, she holds it the complete wrong way and shakes it a little vigorously.
He smiles and nods, and he extends a hand out to you, Haridi.
Hardy reaches out and takes his hand and gives it a very gentle shake.
Excellent. So, you may be wondering, what did I went Australian there, apologies. That was a little bit of the DM going back to, Australian lingo. I gotta put like my thumb at the base of my throat for that. Oh yes. So, once upon a time, to go ahead on a little bit of a story, I had a magnificent crew to help man the Penshire here. He waves to his ship, but alas, they have taken on to their own separate ways, mostly due to either age or crippling trauma. I cannot explain why they have GM's gonna take a pause real quick.
Smooth.
Crippling trauma. I cannot tell you why, because there are all stories behind them. But anywho, I am the last of my normal crew for me and my ship, and I got a delivery request from an old friend towards the city of Skymont. Now I've only been there a couple of times, and I needed a couple of extra hands, and I figured, I'd go check up on my old friend Pippins. Such a glorious friend, Pippins. And from off in the distance, you hear, "Fuck off, you old codger." Ah, Pippin, what a wonderful man.
He wants us to remove you.
Oh, he wants us to go. Well, of course, I got everything already set up and boarded online. I just needed a couple of hands to help lift things. In my old age, I can't lift boxes like I used to.
Victoria lift.
Excellent. Now come. And he waves you onto the ship. Waddling on board.
Victoria, not even caring how patchwork it looks, just plops on.
As you step on, it almost groans with your weight added onto it.
Yeah, she's 800 pounds.
Yeah, no, it groans with your weight onto it.
She's 8 feet tall. How hard is it for her to get inside?
It almost looks like if someone took a sea ship and turned it into an airship. So when you step on deck, you're actually free air.
Okay.
So you're good. There are cabins that are probably a little too small, but hey.
Victoria's aboard.
Yeah.
You okay there, V?
Vic tilts her head again. V good?
Yeah.
V good.
Okay, good.
Motherfucker.
He watches the others, waiting for them to come on.
Bustle head on. He's fairly lightweight for a humanoid, though.
He floats.
Oh, do you have your owl fellow with you, by the way? I meant to ask.
Sure. He's probably not directly on Basil because he wasn't referenced, but he's probably perched nearby.
Cool. So, as our wonderful William Wren first goes up, there's good God, was that an owl?
Yes, there he is. Sock, come on. Time to get on the ship.
Dear God, I thought that was a small child at first.
Oh, no. He's just a little bit husky in his old age. Sock just gives the most withering glare towards Basil as he mentions that.
Victoria pokes Sock.
The owl is the thing, where owls puff up and just look like the most indignant, creatures imaginable.
Yes.
Anyways, so now Sock is perched on his arm again.
Oh, fantastic. Cool. It's oh dear, I didn't know he was yours. My bad. I thought some small child had come aboard again.
Child, my dear sir, are you suffering a little bit of the problems of the eyes?
No, I'm fine. Just briefly, I looked up and there was a 3-foot thing perching on, and I'm like, oh God, another Kenku.
That explains it. He has been mistaken for a Kenku once or twice.
What Kenku?
It's a bird folk, my dear.
They are, in fact, my dear, very charismatic little bird people. I've had many of my crew in my time past, but they do sometimes just have a habit of just showing up out of nowhere.
No,
But yes. Come, let us go. And with a lurching, aching groan, the ship shakes and lifts up into the air, freed from its ties down, and the dull engine sound from behind clicks to life, and it pushes forward out of the bay and into the beautiful, billowing white clouds. Hooray! And so begins the journey. I wished I was going to have maps, but unfortunately, I do not have maps for these wonderful situations. So I'm assuming the base is in between the continents, usually kind of where I figured it'd be, just for ease of missions. So you go sailing on fairly uneventfully, despite the questionable quality of the Pinchaya 3.
Victoria doesn't even care. It's not bothering her in the slightest.
So yes, if you'd like to explore the ship, this would be a good opportunity. If you have any questions for William Ranfordis, now that you're out of port, you may ask.
So, what exactly are we transporting again?
Oh, excellent question. Mostly goods, some iron-based gear, some magnets, some magical items, and there's one particular object, and which is why I felt that I needed more help than usual. Would you care to come see?
Oh, yes.
Anybody else?
Victoria,
Sure.
So he
Alright.
shuffles you all down into the main area, and Victoria, because you're like 8 feet tall, you're like hunching in,
Oh,
and he takes you down to the below deck areas, and you weave your way through. You walk your way down the island. Most of the stuff's actually packed up pretty neatly, right? And he takes you to the end of the ship, towards the front, and there is a chest with 4 padlocked chains.
high chains. She seems a little iffy about the chains.
Just necessary precautions. The person I acquired the item from gave me the case with it. I did not see it necessary to unchain said objects. And he goes, reaches for a small ring of keys. 1 click in, 2 click in, 3, then a 4th, and then the chains rattle to the floor. And he goes in and lifts the lid. Now, if you were expecting a mimic, I can confirm to you 100% this is in fact not a mimic. I'm not that mean. Yet. I'm not that mean yet. Give it time. You can earn that rage.
I think I can tell a mimic, okay?
What mimic?
They're like me, but not as cool.
Ah, lesser mimic.
Alright, let's not be mean.
But inside is actually a velvet lined setting. And in the center of it is a large jewel, roughly about 9 inches in diameter and about 7 inches tall, of a cut crystal that is entirely red.
Ooh.
So, can I roll Arcana? Because Haridi has a suspicion this might be like a phylactery or something.
Sure, go ahead. Feel free to roll it.
Hmm.
I'd like to as well as like if I can.
No, you're all welcome to.
BD got a 5.
What is my Arcana? It's -1, isn't it?
My Arcana is a 2.
20 plus.
I got a 9.
Sorry.
Hey,
I got a
hey,
12.
Victoria, you have no idea what it is.
I went ahead and just used Green Sun. 15.
15, fantastic.
So, yeah, I definitely have no idea
No,
what.
not a 15. Sorry, it's a 20. That's 15 for the base roll. 20 with the +5.
Yes, your stats.
Yeah.
All right, 20. There we are. Yes. So, for most of you, it just seems to be a large red ruby of some sort, maybe. Though it's shaped more like a quartz kind of in a way, and the base seems to be cut for it to be implemented into something. But the vampire wizard man, you actually kind of recognize what this is. They're fairly rare magical artifacts. It is not a phylactery of any sort, as far as anyone is aware. But they seem to be like power batteries of a sense from an ancient culture that is hardly known, though the ruins are occasionally found in various outposts around the world.
All right.
And William Ranford goes, "This is a wonderful, rare treasure that I was specifically requested to bring in. I'm not usually asked to protect such rare items. No one has seen one of these. As far as I've been told, it is a sunstone of some variety."
Son of a bitch.
I understood that reference.
I don't.
It's-
Victoria reaches out to poke him.
no, dear, do not touch. It is a sort of battery for magic.
Victoria, battery for magic.
Then all the better. We have
And
how two batteries might interact.
And
He
he
really
quickly
wants to
puts the
poke it.
lid back down. But yes, this one was specifically requested for Skymount because Skymount is in fact one of the few places in the world that still uses said ancient artifacts to power some of their barriers from the more persistent wildlife.
Why not make more?
Well, we don't know how they're made. They're found, not created. Whoever made them has long since left this mortal coil, per se.
Bit of lost art, my dear. Not everyone. There's very few people of this age, or probably none at all, know how these work, or even how to create them.
Exactly. There have been some attempts I've heard down in the deeper parts of Skymount of them trying to grow crystals similar to these, but with little success. Now, normally I don't like touching an artifact that could potentially, blow us all sky high, but when I was asked, it was more of a demand than a request. So we're following suit.
You should punch in the face.
Probably not, my dear. That is rather rude and very hard to get negotiation.
Someone
once-
demands you do something you don't want to do.
Oh, it's not necessarily something bad I don't want to do. It's just this sunstone has a bit of a history.
Oh, this specific one?
Yes. They don't call it the Blood Sun for nothing.
I respect your fire, though, V.
Victoria no breathes fire today.
Alright,
We heard of the Blood Sun?
you've heard of the Blood Sun, yes. I'm going to keep on with that one. The wonderful world of the Blood Sun is that most people think it's a complete crock of shit of a sunstone found in an ancient mine somewhere that has since emerged from the earth and has a bad habit of leaving bodies behind it.
Oh,
If you want a real life out of character, if you want a real life comparison for this, the Hope Diamond, how it has a habit of being cursed.
Victoria knows none of this, and she just wants to poke it.
Wait a second. The Blood Sun. Isn't that the Green Sun's shitty rival?
I don't know the Green Sun, my dear, but and he puts the chains back on it. In particular, I want to make sure this item, as a whole, gets there in one piece without other people being in pieces.
Oh, that is quite fair with an artifact as notorious as this one.
Victoria eyes her own stitches, along with some stitches she had to get to repair some damage.
In any case, so far there shouldn't be any issues, no problems whatsoever, as long as we can get to the city in time. And with that, the wonderful, all too familiar crack of thunder echoes.
Sorry, Victoria had big lunch.
No, my dear, I believe that was meteorological.
And William Ranford just pales and pushes past you, going up towards the deck.
That not look good.
No? Storms are the enemy of all who fly a ship or sail a ship.
Victoria tries difficulty because she's crunched up in here. Goes to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you all go above deck. And when you went below, there were plenty of white clouds, but nothing too big, too scary. But now, dominating almost 3/4 of your horizon is a dark gray, almost purple black color that has just swallowed up all the sunshine. And in it, you can even see flashes of lightning here and there.
Victoria is loving the thunder.
As it comes towards you, it almost seems to roar in anger.
Hmm.
Victoria roars back. She quite likes thunder.
Fantastic. You see William at the front helm going, "Everybody get a hold on. This is going to be a little bumpier than I was expecting."
Victoria, who's closest to Victoria?
I don't know.
Probably Ryla.
She grabs Ryla, and then she just reaches out and grabs Basil because he's right there too. Holds on to them both.
Just
Sorry.
imagine he squeezes them together. Stalk is
Yeah.
sitting right on his shoulder. His expression has not changed, just the moodiest, angriest thing that ever lived.
She looks to Hariti. Sorry, we'll need 2 hands.
So
You have
Haridi's
a tail.
just gonna coil her tail around the nearest thing and hold on that way.
You have a tail, my dear. Use it.
Victoria's tail is not that prehensile.
No, you can still like kind
You
of
can
push.
still wrap some. You can wrap it around something, and I don't
she
care.
she wraps it around a pole as best she can.
Excellent.
Big, like, crocodile tail.
And it's just in time as the storm, almost like a living creature, rams into you, swallowing you whole.
Ooh.
Rain starts being shoved into your face like someone's trying to beat the ever-living shit out of you with water. Like a goddamn waterbender from Avatar for fun cultural references. No, not that fun.
Topical.
You hear Ranfordus shout something from the top banister, but it's drowned out from the wind and the rain and the sudden roar of thunder.
Can I roll a perception to try and hear that?
No.
Oh.
But everyone can roll a dex save for me. That'd be nice. Wink,
Oh.
wink, wonk, wonk.
Lovely.
Do I have advantage in that because I'm a barbarian?
No.
No, wait, that's a high. No, I have danger sense.
Danger sense only works if it's like
Dexterity
Trap.
saving throws. Oh yeah, no, against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells.
Oh.
It's up to
Oh.
This is neither a trap nor a spell.
Okay, I got a 5. No, yeah, I got a 5. Ah, shit.
I'm gonna just see if using roll 20 for my spells because that just makes them really quick.
Yeah.
What'd you get her rating?
14.
14? Cool. Fantastic. Awesome sauce. So there's a sudden moment where that part of your brain goes, oh, shit's about to get real. And the lightning bolt strikes out faster than you can see and hits the ship square in the middle.
Ooh.
And with a raging, creaking groan, the ship explodes in half.
Jesus.
Ladies, it's been a pleasure.
Victoria's still holding you too.
Yeah, that actually brings up a good point. Hey, Casey, I need you to make me a strength check.
Okay.
Because right now, Basil and
Victoria.
Victoria are in the air.
Did you roll a 1d10?
Oh,
I gotta say, handicapping yourself out of the gate is not. There we go.
Team.
soft 20.
Excellent. So somehow, or actually, How do you hold on with a dragonborn Frankenstein and a vampire clinging onto you?
Violet's just gonna grow hooked talons from her feet and dig as hard into the flooring as she can.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And Haridi, I'm assuming your tail is still wrapped around a part of a banister that did not explode, so you are on another piece of the ship that is still hanging in the sky.
Are we falling?
No, you two, thanks to Casey's save, are dangling midair in a thunderstorm.
Victoria don't like this anymore. Victoria try and pull them back onto the ship. What's that?
That would actually. I think I would have to do that.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm glad, I guess.
Okay.
Uh-oh. DM rolls. Uh-oh.
The DM rolls because Grayson's having some fun tonight. As you start clawing your way up to try to bring your friends back up onto the ship, the now uneven distributed parts of the ship strain and groan against the balloon, and you hear a very unfortunate snapping sound of cables and twines releasing pressure. And then the entire wooden half of the ship that you, Casey, Haridi, and not Casey, the ship part that Ryla, Haridi, Victoria, and Basil's hanging onto plunges down to the depths. And y'all black out for about... I love this that I can just casually roll, by the way.
It is very useful, yes.
You black out for about 2 hours. But luckily, thanks to everybody's rescue saves, you all wake up on your actual chunk of the ship, crashed and nestled in between a set of rocks.
Okay, sound off. Who's still alive?
This is a soft hoot. Is Sock sitting on a boulder, looking not wet at all. Is fucking familiar.
Victoria alive.
Ah, that
Alrighty,
was this
kinda-
one pleasant.
Just kind of groans and sits up.
Victoria's face first, just laying there.
Ah, it was a little unpleasant. Hello, is everyone still alive?
Victoria pushes up, cracks all of her joints.
How's your
Huh.
stitches? How's your stitches, Tori?
She feels them.
They're all right.
She's okay. She cracks her hand, which is bent the wrong way, back into the upper place.
I can help with that if you need some.
No, Victoria not hurt. Victoria's sore.
Oh, if you say so. I have a little bit of expertise in, well, things of the macabre nature.
Macabre?
Dreary or grim. I'm being playful. It's necromantic.
Victoria nods. No, Victoria understand. Victoria macabre.
I would not say so, my dear, but the process of which you were created definitely is.
Do you know how Victoria created?
Not necessarily, but I can make a educated guess or three. Creatures such as you are not unknown, but sentience, now that is very new.
Also, if anyone would like to roll a perception check to get a gathering of where the hell they are, they're more than
Sure.
welcome to.
Perception or survival?
Either or, whichever one's better for y'all. I'm feeling in a good mood again.
Oh, I have a -1 to both. Cool.
Was that perception or survival?
Survival.
Perception. I got a 7. Wow, Victoria, you're rolling so fast.
Oh
I
wow!
got a 5.
I was gonna hang out of it, but no, I better roll anyways.
I got a rock.
I only have a +1, I think.
Cool. Your high score to beat is 12, apparently.
None
Oh,
doing. It's an 8. None doing.
I think
Well-
I just barely got it.
No, I was just 12 is the high number to beat for you guys.
I should probably.
Doesn't the number take into account your plus?
On
So
roll 20, it does.
it
And for Green Sun, the blue number does, yes.
oh, I see. God damn, I was looking in the wrong place. Shit.
So I completely forgot. I should roll. Probably should be rolling for Sock as well.
Roll for Sock, sure.
See
He's a
here.
good owl.
Yeah, he has a +3 to perception. He's doing
Oh,
better than I am. 1d.
Don't say that, because when you do...
Oh,
Sock-
I know. I meant stat-wise, he's doing better. It's 11, so he's not bad.
He's better than
Okay.
you, but not as good as Ryla.
Nope.
Well, I mean, to be fair, y'all did just got yeeted out of a thunderstorm. It's alright if you're a little disoriented. You can have some disorientation as a treat.
It's more pure apathy with Sock, but yeah.
Alright, so for everybody, you kind of see where you're perched. It's not the greatest place on the planet to be. In fact, it's kind of shitty. The part of your ship seems to have wedged itself partially into the water. And just enough to make sure you all didn't fall in and drown, but it's precociously in the water. There's a large pillar of stone right next to you across the way. And you can see towards the shore, there's in fact it looks like a bridge from said stone to the shore. So in the grand scheme of things, there's a bridge, means you're probably all right. Maybe. You have to get to the rock with it there, but that's not a problem, right? So Sock will see this, and Ryla will see this, however. Something's moving in the water.
Oh,
Heads up. Something's in the water.
All right.
Victoria peers over the edge.
Victoria peers over the edge. Fantastic. As you peer over the edge, something jumps out and lands on your face.
Oh, Victoria, is it like on her mouth?
It's like on top of her snout.
Is it biting her or anything?
It is currently not, no. You look at it, and how familiar is Victoria with bugs?
Not very.
What bugs would you argue she's seen?
Just simple ones like, worms, butterflies, some beetles maybe.
Okay, so this thing looks like a beetle out of hell. It's got
Oh.
2 large, big red eyes, black chitinous plates that are too many segments, and like 10 legs. And it's looking at you with those weird, giant, multi-red eyes.
Victoria talks to it in primordial. Hello?
Hold on, I need a dice roller real quick.
This has come in handy for her at least once.
Fair.
It saved our ass against the hag, so and it made her friends with the hag.
Hey. What is this? Hey, question, Victoria. What's your AC?
Oh fuck. 15.
So you look at this little bug thing on your face. You speak to it in primordial, right? You go hello, and it responds by biting down on your face.
Ah! Do I take damage?
You take 1 point of damage, yes.
Ow. Victoria winces, grabs it, and pulls. Is it like attached to her?
If you grab it, it won't be attached to you now.
She grabs it, picks it up, and holds it like an inch away from her face, and is currently glaring at it. Some kind of magic is glowing behind her eyes.
Let me see that.
If anyone would like to roll nature or history.
I will do nature. I think I'm better at that than history.
I'm gonna do history,
Yeah.
and I got a 5 again. So I'm still completely clueless.
10.
Oops. 1d20
How about you, Casey?
plus 2. Okay, there we go. 16.
I got an 8.
Cool. So anyone who got below a 10 thinks this is just a very weird pill bud. For Basil, you're a man who's read many books. You think to yourself, this might be some sort of weird ancient prehistoric arthropod. Strange. And then there's Victoria, who just got a wonderful, wonderful bite on the nose. How long do you think you were in your father's laboratory?
She lived in there for a couple months.
So
She lived
arguably
through
she would have looked through the books, yes? Even if she could
Yes,
not
she
read
did.
them? So I'm going to say one of those books was a series on ancient organisms because, hello, this is Dinosaur Island. I have to give you something. This is, in fact, a trilobite. And there is one note that you remember specifically from the book, though you couldn't read it very well. They're never alone.
Uh-oh.
And so no one has to roll a perception check now, as from beneath the waves, you see them coming, crawling up onto the ship. You see them bite down into like the wood beneath the ship and just start to consume.
You run.
And then they start crawling upwards onto it. Everybody roll for some initiative.
Lovely.
Because y'all about to get hit with a trilobite swarm. Or 10.
I got 15. Well, I'll put it in chat, but
I have just 6.
I got 14.
15.
I have no dexterity, so
I'm using some of the rolls in Roll20, some of them on the between some. Because some are easier on Roll20.
And I mean, that's fair. You have your wild magic table probably on Roll20, so.
No, because I can't put that into Roll20. So I have that in the Google Doc what the table is.
Okay, cool. Just link to me when I need to use that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I need to redo some math real quick. Because I am making this a wonderfully hard thing. Also, where is my note? Oh, my writing utensils are buried, aren't they? Son of a bitch. Wait, I'm on a computer. What the fuck am I doing?
God damn, Ryla.
45 times 10. Interesting. So I need a calculator. And we're going to put in the math for all of those boys. So order of attack. So Nora, you got the highest one, right?
No, Ryla did.
Oh, I need to look at that again. Hold on a second.
Ryla got 22. I got 15. Haridi got 14. And Basil got 9. 6.
6. An upside down 9, still almost.
We should put that in the general chat so Ray can see them all together.
Oh, they're the dice rolls, but yeah.
Yeah, but they'll get drowned out really quickly.
Haridi. Fantastic.
All right.
Okay, so Ryla, the hordes of trilobites are coming up from beneath the waves. What do you do?
Can you describe the environment for me a bit more?
Okay, so you are trapped in between some large stones on top of what looks like about half of the ship, right?
Right.
Right. Cool.
Are the stones in the water or near the water or what?
So these stones that you're trapped on are in the water. Though, if you, in theory, could roll a series of dex saves, you can make it to the large pillar of stone that these stones are next to, that has a bridge connecting into the beach, to the mainland.
Make a deck save, you say?
You'd have to make a series of dex saves to jump across and, in theory, escape the sinking ship soon to be consumed by an entire swarm of trilobites.
How
So-
far away are the pillars?
They're about these small pillars of stone to the big boy would be about 35 feet ish.
Okay.
So it'd have to be like one per turn. You would have to do a dex save.
So it'd take our turn to jump to each one.
It'd take about 3 or 4 turns to get there.
Okay. Ryla's going to attempt to sling Basil over her shoulder, and then try
Okay.
and make the leap to the nearest one.
Oh, hello there.
Alrighty. Let me go to the dice rolls.
Oof.
21.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
You're fine tonight, Ryla. Like, you're in the zone.
She's
Ooh.
very nimble. She's a moron, but she's nimble.
She is. So yeah, that beats the check. You jump to the first stone with relative ease, landing pretty comfortably despite the fact you're carrying another person on your shoulder and you don't really have great motor controls over this smaller form.
Very nice, Ryla.
So that counts as a disengage. Fantastic. So next up on the list is Victoria.
Victoria sees Ryla jumping away. Looks at the one that bit her. Are the bugs still partially in the water?
Hundreds are now starting to climb up the ship.
Okay, she leans over the edge, looks down, drops the one she's holding, and spits out lightning breath.
Okay.
So let's see. Where's my breath weapon? Aha! They need to make a DC.
They need to make a what?
DC 13 dex save. Oh, or take 2 damage. Shit!
2 lightning damage.
2 lightning
Yeah.
damage.
Rolled minimum on both. Oof.
Wow! Victoria, shit.
It's fine. It happens.
Okay. You breathe back and let throughout a mighty blast into the water, and you see one tiny little one curl up and float to the surface. The others are seemingly uninfective, their red eyes staring into your soul.
Or
There's back. If I move, they'll get talk of opportunity. So I'm just gonna stare them down.
Okay. Haridi, it is your turn.
Alright. So can we see the shoreline from where we're at?
The shoreline is at least a half a mile out. The easiest way seems to be this towering pillar of stone ahead of you that you have to do the dex jumps for or swim to if you're willing to risk that.
I'm just asking because, like, I'm curious if the shoreline is like, does it look like a beach or does it look like a bunch of like cliffs and shit?
A mixture of them. You can see patches of beaches sticking out from jagged cliffs and nasty green jungle out there.
Alright. Okay, so it's a dex save to try to jump to the next.
It's either a dex save to jump, or you can try and swim away, which would proc an attack of opportunity.
Unless you disengage.
I'm gonna try the dex save then.
Alrighty.
15.
Oh, you make it. You're fine. You too jump and wrap yourself around the stone. It is surprisingly has many handles the fact it is in fact a crumbling spire of rock on the coast, battering against the waves. And because the only person left on the boat is Victoria, hey Victoria, it's the Trilobite Swarm's turn.
Oh no, I might have made a mistake.
Let's see. So that one, what is your AC?
15.
Okay, so one doesn't hit. That one definitely doesn't hit. One of those hits. Two of those hit. Three of those hit.
Oh,
Four of those hit.
what the fuck?
Five of those hit. 5 of the 10 hit. Fantastic.
I can't believe Victoria's going to die to these things.
V, now might be a good time to do that life-sucking thing you do.
Alrighty.
How much damage do I take?
Well, let's find out.
DM must calculate.
Oh god.
Let's see. So that's
Oh, this is bad.
3d4, so that'd be 10. 5. Oh, that's a chunk.
Oh, shit.
So you unfortunately angered the swarm, and they come in droves. It's like ants picking away at a carcass. One of the others, like marching ants in the Amazon that strip it to the bone. They just trilobite latches onto your shoulders, near your scenes, and they just start biting away. So that is 18. Piercing damage.
Ouch.
Ouch.
And now you have a bunch of trilobites clinging onto your flesh.
Fuck.
Hey Basil, it's your turn.
Alright, so the swarm is kind of surrounding Victoria, but still mostly in the water.
It is consuming it. They are slowly crawling their way up to consume the entire ship.
Okay. I would like to throw an ice knife like somewhere in the middle, but like hopefully still hit some of the bugs around Victoria, but not her. Is that doable?
Sure.
Alright. I will cast Ice Knife at first level. And fuck. I rolled a 7 to hit them. I'm guessing that's not hitting.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
However, it activates the just because I missed doesn't mean it's completely over. Everything in that area where I shot it has to make a DC 13 dexterity save or take 5 cold damage. And I will
1 makes the save. 2 make the save.
Jesus.
3 make the save. 4 make the save.
Oh my god. Victoria's gonna die to these isopods.
15, 20.
Trilobites,
Okay. So, your wonderful attack did not damage any of them upon immediate striking. The ice did, in fact, seem to freeze some in their tracks, some literally, some more metaphorically.
Okay.
Because they still took about 35 damage.
Yeah.
The dice favor the trilobites.
Victoria, my dear, it's time to leave. No, that'll be my turn.
All right, back to top of the round, Ryla.
Ryla is going to set Basil down, transform into a giant spider, and attempt to do what she always does in faced with adversity, spray web at it, attempting to web one of the swarms.
All right, go for it.
And that is 13 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. Whichever one of the swarms that hit, it is now restrained, and on its turn, it can make a DC 12 strength check to tear through the webbing.
All right. Good to know. You spray the webbing out, and it seems to catch the horde that is above water by surprise,
Ouch. Ouch.
stopping them in their tracks a good deal. Hey, Victoria, go.
Am I trapped in the swarm?
You are not currently trapped in the swarm. No, they're held back by ice and webbing.
Okay.
You have an opportunity to escape, or you can stay and fight. It is your choice, barbarian.
Victoria, she wants to fight. She has something that could fuck most of these up if it works, but she just got chewed on by a bunch of them, and the others were all running away.
Oh, the other ones are not running away. They are stopped.
No. The rest of the group is running away.
Oh, the rest of the group is running away.
Yeah. She looks back and forth between them all and the trilobites. She does the whole, I'm watching you with the trilobites. Disengages and makes her dexterity check. A 7! Fuck! Victoria, no!
Alrighty, fantastic. You jump, but between the pain, the anger, and the confusion, you miss the rock and plunge into the wonderful watery depths. What you see beneath is, in fact, what looks like almost a carpet of trilobites.
Fuck!
Moving their way up and into the ship. But they are seemingly, for the most part, ignoring you. However,
Okay.
you are, in fact, a bleeding target in an ocean.
Oh. Help!
Can you swim?
No, I don't have a swim speed. No one has a swim speed this low.
Just basically to swim.
I am asking, would your character have an instinct to swim? I'm not saying
she's
you have
built
a swim
like a
speed.
crocodile. She's built like a bipedal crocodile.
Cool. So you're panicking a little bit in your sentient brain, but your crocodile brain activates and is like, swim. And your head pierces the surface. You can try and climb. I would let you climb up onto the rock now, or you can try and start swimming towards the big tower of stone.
It's another dex check to get up or strength?
It'd be a strength.
Okay.
I also figure you're better at that. So
a save or a check? Or athletics?
Check.
Okay.
Athletics check, strength.
Okay, strength check. Bam. 8, Victoria! Oh my god!
It takes you a minute. There's still like 5 trilobites twitching on your body. It freaks you out, but you get up.
Oh my god, Victoria!
Oh, this wasn't the bad jump. That's to come. Haridi. Actually, hold on a second, Haridi. As you now have all evacuated the boat, you turn back and look, and the trilobites just start almost seeming like dragging it down beneath the waves. And soon, what remains of your airship is sunken below.
I'm amazed the lightning bolt didn't at least hurt underwater.
Question: the chest was not on this half of the ship, was it?
No, it was in fact on this half of the ship.
Oh, it was.
I meant to have. Fuck, I meant to have that roll. Have more roll. What you do recall from your fall, the ship split in half, and the contents were kind of casually chucked out as your bottom half swung out, hanging in the air as you all held on for dear life. So there are currently no there was a good chance there were no contents in the ship as before the trilobites dragged it down beneath the water.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
So we don't have to go back.
I don't like that.
You're
So
not
we don't have
supposed
to go back in the water. That's good to know.
Oh, Victoria's rolling. She's gonna plop down in the water. Again.
Alrighty. Haridi, it is your turn. You can try to hop across the rocks, or you can try and swim.
Alright. So,
Do I have stats for small, low-level encounter sharks?
This is some dinosaurs attack bullshit right here.
So if I were to decide to swim, would the fact that Haridi has a swim speed of 60 feet make it easier for her to swim?
Oh, incredibly. It would take you 2 rounds to get to the thing. Tops.
Yeah, that actually worked really well.
Yeah, damn.
If you have a swim speed, it means you don't have to make athletic checks to swim.
Yeah, no, you can just start swimming. You're good.
Alright. then I'm gonna start swimming.
Victoria
alrighty.
goes at Haridi as she just goes and swims.
I mean, to be fair, you guys got dropped out of, the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got a dumb idea to switch up an encounter. I'm going to do that.
Oh no.
So you're swimming along, right? Right. What's your AC?
16.
Cool. Let me do a dice roll real quick. Congratulations! The dice don't like the sharks. You start swimming along, and then, literally almost right in front of you, you see a small shark launch itself out of the water trying to bite. It's about half your length, really. It's like a small reef shark. Of course, most small reef sharks don't have those weird teeth and a spine off the top of their fin, but c'est la vie.
Define weird teeth in this context.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the mouth of a Cladosolache?
No.
Oh boy, I get to nerdgasm on top of D&D tonight. So Cladosolaches are like the prehistoric puppies of the shark universe. They look... Where's a good one? They look rather something like... I'll just use this one. This
They're rather
boy...
blunt.
They look something like this. Oh, I added a 3. Hold on a second. Fucking enter button. There we go. They look like these good boys.
Yeah.
I will have Scatha put up this image. So it looks like a shark, but also a puppy.
Oh.
Also, it tried to bite you, but it missed. So you move your 60 feet, and you are much closer to the shore than the rest of your team. Good, because I might be throwing something even more deadly at them. Welcome to Grayson. This is my prehistoric hell.
Victoria's bleeding.
Yes. Speaking of which, who is next in the order of attacks? Trilobite Swarm no longer matters. So, Basil, what you gonna do?
Oh, I've seen the sharks going after Haridi, so I'm going to hit one of them with a Mind Slither. It is a... Okay, they've got to make a DC 13 intelligence save, or take... Ooh, max damage. 6 damage.
And what happens if they make the save?
I think it's just...
Have?
Yeah, I think it's just half damage.
And how much was it?
6 is a full damage.
No, I mean the save.
13.
So, despite the reef shark's -5 intelligence, it actually makes the save.
Oh my god!
How did it roll? 19?
It rolled a 19.
Wow.
Jesus!
So the shark who was just like, hey, potential bite time, now has a vengeance.
Now
You
has
almost hear a little whelp cry, like, meow, from the water.
I feel bad now.
Alrighty.
Anyways, is there... Okay, so I'm on the rock. Is there any way to move towards the shore?
There is a bunch of rocks towards the giant rock pillar, which looks like you can actually stand on it without issues. I'm thinking like those big old ones you used to see back in the old movies where it's like pterosaurs would nest on them kind of a deal, something that size.
Gotcha. Well,
Like
I have no dexterity, so honestly, the smartest thing to do is try and leap.
You could let Ryla carry you like the first time.
This is fair. He will
18
wait.
dex, Ryla.
He will wait. He will wait for his taxi.
He will wait for his taxi. Cool. Hey, taxi, it's your turn.
Ryla's going to goop him, reaffirm him to her shoulder, then try to make the next leap.
Oh, Miss Espinosa.
I'm assuming the wonderful Owlboy is in fact just flying along.
No, he's on the fucking shore watching all this dumbassery go down.
Well, I'll be a fucking monkey's uncle, Casey. You did it again. You jump through. You can see some sharks swimming around, and if either you or Basil can roll a wonderful little perception check if you so desire.
Okay. Either, do you have a better perception? I only have a 1 in it.
I have a 1
Either
too.
or both.
Either of the people who just jumped to the new rock.
You know,
Casey,
saying both of
Casey
them or
rolled
just one of
quick.
I got a 16.
Yeah, let's go with Casey.
Oh yeah. Hey Ryla. Ryla has fears about big dark things in the ocean, right?
Yeah?
That's a whole intrinsical part of her character, right? So
Yeah.
of course you would notice the large, strange shaped creature swimming down beneath the waves, right?
Yeah.
It's shadowy, but what you can see from the shadow you don't like, that looks like a big old set of champas.
No. No, 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 no. Victoria, Haridi, book it.
Book the fuck.
That means move fast.
Haridi!
Sure.
Haridi! Wonderful, wonderful Haridi. Are you going to try to continue to swim to shore?
Hey, it's my turn.
Oh no, it's Victoria's turn first. I apologize.
Fuck.
You-
Do I have to
If you
roll
would
a
like
dex?
to roll with an athletics check to leap instead of doing a dex check, you can.
Okay, yes, thank you. Athletics. 6! You
Hey, Nora, would you like to roll with Green Sun, who will probably treat you better?
Yes! Yes!
20's being a bitch.
20 plus 4! 5! Natural 1! I'll take the 6. It's not a natural 1.
The problem
Wow.
is you set it up so Green Sun's like, welp.
Victoria's rolling so bad tonight.
And you plop back into the waves.
God damn it!
Oh, fucking wish I
You
had
leap
one.
majestically and splash. It's hard to move things when you have a whole bunch of holes in your body. Again.
God damn it!
At this rate, I think you should just dash toward the shore.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll deal with the sharks.
Let's see, does that hit you? No. Does that
What?
hit you? No.
What? What is around me? I'm in the water. I have dark vision.
Sharks for days.
Fuck. How many sharks?
A third two sharks like come close but suddenly like veer off because they're not sure about it, and a third one launches in like coming straight for you, about to bite into your flesh. And would you say your head's underwater right now as you're struggling to pull yourself up?
Yes.
Cool. You see the shark coming straight for your jaws open, and then learn the one thing that sailors always tell people: there's always a bigger fish. As something bone-clad in armor lunges from below and snaps. For those on the surface, you all see Victoria go down, movement, and a cloud of blood.
Hmm.
No.
And then Victoria pops up.
Victoria,
I'm not
no.
going to make you roll an athletics check to climb the next rock.
Oh, thank God. She like, none of you have seen Victoria scared until now.
It's a fucking adrenaline surge.
Yeah. She looks scared as she like pulls herself back up on the second one, eyes wide, staring at the pool of blood.
You don't have to stare just at the pool of blood for long, as a large black partially finned tail, not like a shark fin or like a bone fin fish, but one of those ones where like it tapers off and has a thin fin on top of it, like suddenly splashes up and dives back down beneath.
Victoria don't like this place. Place bad. Water bad.
I made the Frankenstein afraid of the water.
Bone skullfish. Bone skullfish.
Bone skullfish.
Water bad. Water
That is
bad.
another Dinotopia reference.
Bone skullfish.
I didn't mean for it. I just fucking loved Uncle Osteus, my dudes.
It's fine. Listen out, I'm doing
All
my-
right. Haridi, you make it to shore. No problems. No problems. You're on the pillar stone.
All right, I'm gonna, I guess, just turn and watch the rest of the group. Try.
You turn to see the blood-filled waters and the giant tail, and luckily the party standing on shore.
So just out of curiosity, how far away am I from the rest of the party? Like,
Well, you are on the gigantic earth spire that seems to be shouting out from the ocean as a big middle finger to the world, or at least the sea, whichever you prefer. They have one more dexterity check they have to make. You are actually chilling next to Basil's wonderful owl brother friend.
Okay, just sitting there, raising an eyebrow, and
Wait a
just sitting
minute.
there.
Does this count as a trap?
the reason I ask how far away is because I do have a bow if I want to start shooting at things. If it's like,
You are well within range for you to shoot at things in the water if needed.
if there's
No.
anything for me to shoot at yet, though,
Yeah.
because it's
All
cold.
right. Yeah. You should be fine. Right now, there is nothing. Basil, what do you wish to do?
He's actually going to reach through his mental link and command Sock to fly over to Victoria, and then use the aid action or the help action to give her advantage on the next fucking check.
Okay, cool. So,
That is his. I think you can command familiars as a bonus
what's
action.
the owl's name again?
Sock. He's
Sock.
just literally just
I
a.
keep on trying to call him
owl.
Sock. Sock flies over to you, Victoria, and lands on your shoulder, and looks at you dead in the eyes and goes,
It's owl for move, bitch.
Does Sock speak any languages?
Technically, he speaks only through Basil's mental link, but he doesn't speak any actual languages.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
I was gonna set that up. Damn. Oh well.
what?
It's gonna make no sense. No worries about it.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm
afraid.
pretty sure you can control familiars as a bonus action. If not, I'll look it up in a second. And I'm going to shoot a mind slither if I can see a shark.
Okay.
Just I'm not trying to kill them, just a little mental ouchie to keep them off our
Yeah,
tail.
no. The first shark that tried to attack and failed miserably was the one who had the ouchie.
Okay. Just
He
do
was not
another,
the one consumed by bigger fish in the
another
waters.
DC 13 intelligence check for a shark if I can see one.
Okay, you don't see any currently.
Okay, then just
Usually, the
Hold
bone devil fish make people very afraid to start swimming. Ryla, it's your turn.
Ryla's going to compose herself, take a few deep breaths, then hoist Basil onto her shoulder and try to make that last leap.
Oh wait, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna help action Ryla to make sure she can. There we go.
Works. Let's do this. I mean, Ryla's been rolling great. Like you're
Yeah.
good. You don't have to
17.
help her.
Here's advantage just in case. Damn it! I don't care.
Cool. So you make it. You leap onto the shoreline where Haridi is waiting, aiming the bow at the water. Basil is now over there as well. So Victoria, sweet, lovable, holes bleeding out of her body. Totally a target for sharks, Victoria.
She's like, has her claws dug into the rock.
It's time to jump, darling.
Well, she has help from Socks, so
That's help from Talk, yes. Let's see if Green Sun will treat you right now for using him the first time and not the second time.
Salty little bastard.
okay, that's the first one.
Scatha, discipline your child.
Oh my, 11? Do I make it with an 11?
Green Sun, you're grounded.
Oh,
I am the Gray Sun. I am king.
do I make it with 11? Oh god.
Okay, so you barely make it. You're like sliding down on the rock, grabbing a claw hold, and you feel something grab onto your tail for a second,
Oh,
and you turn around, right? You poke your head around, and it is in fact Puppy Shark,
oh,
who thinks he's playing a game of tag.
oh, can she pull it up? Oh, it's a fish, it'll die.
You pull it up, he lets go and goes away. You take no damage.
Oh,
You rolled a 1.
Oh, Victoria's gonna pluck one of the Trilobites off her and toss it to Puppy Shark.
Puppy Shark eats it and barks, as a puppy shark does. And runs away.
I imagine Sock flapping as she's jumping, trying to give her extra height.
nope, he's completely still, just deadpan face.
So congratulations, you survived dying from a lightning bolt that almost killed you all.
Victoria falls
I
over.
rolled a dice for that thing. If it had gotten 1 higher, it would have hit somebody.
Oh, Lord.
Mhm.
But okay, again, did those jumps count as... Would they have counted for danger sense this whole time?
Don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah?
there you were in traps. The whole thing was a trap. You had to get
God,
through.
I would have made 1.
You would have made 1.
I would have made both. I was a no, hold on. It was a 16 and a 20. That was yeah.
I'm sorry
it was
about
a
that.
16 and a 20.
I forgot you had the danger sense. That's my bad.
Oh, I didn't
Don't
get
worry,
hurt.
I'll give you
Why?
advantages later on against the polar bear.
What? Oh, yeah, because lost. I gotcha. Dick.
How many references can I shove into my dinosaur island continent? Many.
I tried really hard not joking that, and then the captain on the tail end of the ship starts his own civilization.
Victoria, when she makes it to the beach, she picks Sock up, hands him to Basil, and
Hello.
then falls over into the sand.
You see, you're not on a beach yet. You're on a stone pillar, so you
Oh.
collapse into a sandstone.
Okay.
Around you, there seems to be a pathway carved, one going down towards the water and one going up.
Victoria lay here. Victoria happy here.
Just give her head some little light pats.
Ryla inspects Victoria's stitches.
The stitches are in place, but she's her non-stitches are chewed up all over. But I mean, in this case, Ryla would see that Victoria's one arm has some different colored scales growing on it now. A
That's
lot of them matching her color.
that's slightly disturbing. How do you feel, V?
Victoria, no feel good. Victoria hate water. Water bad.
So yes, there's a way down and a way up.
Things in the water, way up, maybe better.
Up, no water. Victoria like scrambles up and starts going up.
Okay. Does anyone wish to try and check the way down?
Okay, what's the environment like right now?
You are on a small, what seems to be a small carved pathway in a large stone pillar. You are fairly high up on the rocks because the pillars gave you that ability. Haridi, I'm going to say because you're half snake, you just slithered up it like it's nothing. So you are about 25 feet above the water. There seems to be a way going downwards towards the water that wraps around the corner, and there seems to be a way going up that wraps around the corner.
We know that there's bad stuff in the water. We don't know what's at the top of the tower. It's probably bad stuff, but I'm gonna say we go up anyway because
Victoria can hit things on land.
I agree.
So no one's going to check down below. Interesting.
I mean, just because we're not doesn't mean we're all not.
I can send Sock down to fly a little ways and sit and check it out.
Cool. Oh,
Does need to make a perception check or something?
yes, 1 second. Did somebody change their nicknames?
I did, yeah.
Okay, cool, because I looked 1 second. I thought we had somebody join. I'm like, but wait, everyone's still here.
No, I just changed my name to Victoria. I realized I didn't have it as that, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. So yeah, roll me a perception check, Reeves. Let's see what Sock gets.
He has a +3 to it, so he's not doing too bad.
I mean, to be fair, that's what we were saying about, Victoria.
Hello. 13, so yeah, that's decent.
That's higher than all of Victoria's rolls.
Sock is king.
Sock is king. That's just how this goes, darling. So Sock flies his way down the path, and it seems to open up into a little cove where there would have been like a boat or something if there was people docking on this thing, right? There are two things worth of note. One is a wonderful little crate smashed open with a large red jewel sitting there. The other is, in fact, what looks like to be a giant octopus and a snail shell. Just chilling.
Well, Sock will fly back because he hasn't want any one of that bit of that nonsense.
I
And
mean, that's fair.
he'll land on that. Sorry.
As Sock flies away, the strange octopus in a shell waves a tentacle goodbye.
Aww.
Oh,
Were we supplied with any healing potions?
None that didn't go overboard.
Oh.
shite. Well, to be fair,
Ryla
Sock
reaches into her bag and pulls out some jerky, hands it to Victoria.
Oh.
Hey, Victoria, roll a 1d4.
What?
Roll a 1d4.
Oh. Oh. 2.
You healed 2 points.
Oh.
Look, you are the tank. If you're already nearly over halfway dead, I can't throw my big final boss battle at you guys. You heal a little bit.
Can't deprive us of more dinosaurs.
Oh, no, I just don't want you all to die because I put a big old Chomposaurus.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So, Hawk flies back out and I guess reports to you psychically of, hey,
Yeah. So he realizes as much as it's apparently the. I almost call it the Ruby Sunstone. No, it's the actual cannon.
that's the Blood Sunstone.
The Blood Sunstone is that way. It apparently broke out of its crate somehow, and there's a large octopus in a shell there.
What kind of shell?
Hoot.
I'm gonna make an educated guess and say a spiral shell.
Yes, it's an ammonite. It's a giant ammonite.
He's in an ammonite shell, it seems.
I would say, these have been extinct for millions of years, but
Sorry.
they're just rare.
Alright. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. If it was an Oma star, then we'd have to worry.
Democracy. Sorry.
All right, so what do you guys go do?
Well, we obviously need the gem.
We go get Gem.
No worries. It seemed vaguely friendly. Sock's just rather antisocial. Isn't that right? And just glares at him. Yes, yes, I know.
Victoria looks between the two.
Apologies, he speaks in my head.
Victoria's considering. What? You magic?
Yes, my dear, I am what most people call a wizard.
Hmm. Recognition in her eyes. But she turns and starts walking towards the crystal.
Oh, shit.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
So you-
sweet. I do have Mage Hand. If we get close
Oh.
enough, I can just Mage Hand the fucking jewel.
Ah, shit.
But it's too late. Victoria walks in.
No, she didn't
Okay.
walk all the way in. I said she started walking towards it.
Oh, there it goes. 1 minute, moment, dear. I might be able to nick that jewel before our many-armed fellow there can grab it. And
Let
try to
you go.
use Mage Hand to nick the jewel.
Okay, so you guys go to the entrance of the cavern, yes. It is, in fact, as previously stated, what looks like an old, dilapidated dock. The cave seems to have just kind of washed up and smashed against the rocks here, but somehow not fallen in, gleaming almost ominously in the light. On the other side of the cavern, not that it's a terribly big cavern, there is what is a giant ammonite chilling on the shores. He looks up when you guys arrive and waves a tentacle.
Victoria waves back.
Seems friendly enough.
Oh, I gotta get the Mage Hand the jewel before anything.
You mage hand the jewel. The octopus don't give a fuck. Doesn't want this garbage in his house.
Cool. I just float over.
Yeah, he just like he looks, and one tentacle waves up in a come hither kind of emotion,
Wait,
which is an awkward thing to do in real life anymore.
Basil will pass the jewel to Victoria. Goes, 1 moment, my dear, and walk over to it.
does it feel weird holding this thing?
Oh, you feel all sorts of weird holding this thing.
Oh. Victoria stares deeply into the sunstone.
Not the best idea to hand to Victoria, but
Yeah, the wild
um,
magic barbarian.
Roll 1d2 for me, Nora.
No.
coin flip.
Coin flip.
2.
Tails. Interesting.
Oh no.
I only gave it to Victoria because I didn't want the octopus to suddenly grab it. Or the ammonite.
Oh.
Nora, you are in fact tied to the Fey magic, correct?
Not Fey, wild magic.
What? Fey wild magic, yes.
Well,
Crazy magic.
It's just chaos magic.
Oh, is it just chaos magic?
wild.
You
Not
heal
really.
5 damage, and I
Oh.
need you to roll on the table.
Oh.
I need you to roll on the table. You're handling an incredibly active magical energy thing that usually powers a shield barrier.
I heal 5, but I got a 35.
What's
Thanks.
35?
I don't know. I don't have the table.
Check your sheet.
Oh, I know. For my wild surge, is when I rage and I roll a d8.
Pull up that. Oh.
Oh
okay.
god. Okay. I'm
No,
sorry.
here, I'm looking it up. Don't worry.
I'm sorry if I
Wild
kill you
magic
all. 8.
Eight.
Oh
table. Let's see. What is 35?
no. Oh, okay. Wait. So you're using the wild magic table, not my wild surge?
Yes, not your wild surge. You're good.
Oh, okay. Good. Because if you use mine, something
I'm
bad.
just. Your wild surge and wild magic come from the same place of chaos, my dear.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
just touched a battery. It's like you're holding a nuclear core in your hand. You're going a little Godzilla. I need you to roll me a d10.
Fuck. 5.
You de-age an entire year.
But she's dead if that happens. Oh no, I mean, I guess mentally she's the same. But yeah, I guess her parts just look nicer. Never mind.
Yeah.
Huh.
Are those new
Your
stitches?
stitches suddenly hurt.
Ooh. She almost throws the gem, the sunstone.
You can set it down. Okay, fun times are over now. Actually, now to interesting things. I just like messing with you, Nora. It's great because you react so wonderfully. It makes my heart soar.
Victoria's not looking too good right now, actually.
Hey, you healed 5 health,
Yeah,
and you got
physically-
rejuvenated. You're doing
Physically,
good.
she's fine, but you just made an undead's internal clock tick back to before she was really created.
Oh, she redid.
But in any case, so you go, Basil, to the wonderful little squid in a shell.
I'll move. I'll stay like just out of its arm range.
Its eyes jump to the water and a tentacle dives down. Well, 2 tentacles dive down.
I'll go to the bathroom. You're back.
Then they
Maybe-
both pull up. One of them is in fact a trilobite, which he proceeds to shove into his mouth because he is a hungry boy. And the other he extends out to you, and it holds what seems to be a ammonite shell that is completely opalized.
Oh wow! He will carefully take it and then do a little bow.
There's a little squish nod, and he goes back to feeding upon the trilobites.
Nice. Interesting. I'll pocket that. Move back over to Victoria.
Totally doesn't have plot things later on. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Move back over to Victoria. Notice she changed. And
She
it's not-
looks more lively, which is weird for a being who is stitched together.
Yeah.
Gonna put that away. Ryla puts the sunstone in her bag.
Yeah. Also, actually, it might be better if I hold that since you might have a similar reaction due to your odd magics.
Oh, I'm not magic.
Hey,
What?
hey. Casey, you want to roll?
Okay.
God damn it.
Casey, you want to roll?
Okay.
Back,
Go
but I'm-
ahead.
What do
Oh.
I roll?
A D100.
Oh god, you picked it up?
62.
Oh no.
For the next minute, you must shout as you speak.
So no change.
I think we'll be okay now.
Victoria winces. Why scream?
What do you mean?
Why scream?
This is how I always talk.
I'm just gonna mage hand the jewel and have it float around my head. Just constantly having it in no one's hands.
What's the problem, Vic?
What did the Ammonite have, by the way?
You had a little opalized ammonite shell.
Ooh.
Totally not a plot point for later on. Do not worry. Do not worry. There are
Victoria.
things.
Victoria's
More.
paranoid about everything right now. Everything bad has happened.
Alrighty. Ender, are you still here?
I was AFK. I literally just got back. But
Oh, fantastic. You missed all of that. Congratulations. So they found the bloodstone. They found the blood sunstone, right?
Mhm.
So our wonderful Frankenstein Victoria is looking a lot more lively than she should. And is bleeding less. And Ryla can now only shout for the next minute.
Okay.
because
Wild
they
magic.
touched the rock.
Hey, I was given the rock, and it made me a year younger, which is before I even existed.
I apologize. Basil gets kind of focused on weird shit, and there's
No,
a and I'm like,
Hey,
Also,
are you holding up?
Victoria puts her hand over Ryla's mouth. You screaming. Rock. Magic.
also, I wish to entirely say that the rock will not do this on a regular basis. It is because there was leftover energy from when it touched the Chaos Beast.
Chaos Beast?
Hi, Nora, you're a Chaos Beast.
Oh, right.
But yes, now there is up.
Victoria removes her hand.
How long does this last, by the way?
A minute.
it's over.
It's over.
Victoria pops out her weirdly good-looking, whatever the fuck she is right now.
We should go inland.
Victoria stomps away.
Cool. So you all climb up the wonderful spire, trying to find a way across. And eventually, it has a little plateau out area. It continues to ascend higher and higher and higher, but you found a bridge that connects it going downwards towards the beach. A rickety old rope bridge with wooden planks.
Victoria sighs. This go badly.
Haridi's not particularly happy about that either. She's not exactly lightweight. A little
No,
bit
Victoria,
distributed, but not exactly lightweight.
the latest one here is Basil.
He's 190 pounds, and that's it.
Victoria's 800.
Yeah.
Haridi is about like 1,500, but it's distributed over like 20 feet, so it's not quite as bad.
Victoria sits down and stares at the bridge. Victoria hate this.
Oh, my dear, but it is your only way without going back into the water to get back to the mainland.
Victoria stands up and starts walking towards the bridge.
Walk
Do not worry about me, Ingrid Colt. I am just here to say hello.
oh,
Help me kill the Mothman.
He carefully places a foot on the bridge.
It jiggles.
How long is the bridge?
Quarter of a mile.
Oh boy.
It has several posts up and down. Some of it gets close to the water, some dips up until it gets towards the shore where it straightens out.
Victoria takes out a rope and ties it around her waist. And she hands the end to the others. If I fall, please help. She starts carefully walking across the bridge.
Alrighty. Does anyone follow after her?
Yes.
No! Oh no!
Excellent. Very excellent.
I'm gonna send Sock out and track the bridge a bit and see if there's anything nasty waiting on the other side.
I think
Oh,
Haridi.
hello. Someone sent me a message. Oh, that was the roommate. What are y'all doing up this late at night? Go to bed. I'm ignoring him.
Haridi's gonna take the rear just in case.
I fell.
I guess. Does Sock see anything on the other side of the bridge?
The bridge, despite being exposed to water and made mostly of rope and wood, is surprisingly sturdy.
Okay.
Nothing too concerning.
Victoria doesn't trust this.
Hmm.
Her eyes are wide open.
Well, I guess Basil will head on after Victoria then. Just put a hand on her shoulder. You can do this.
She
It'll be
clenches
all
when she feels the hand.
Yeah, it's okay. You can do this. Just put one
Hyperventilating.
foot in front of the other.
She continues. Slightly hyperventilating.
He's actually going to start singing. You just put one foot in front of the other.
All the references, yes.
Yep. He's a very soft sound as he's just keeping a hand on her shoulder.
Oh, yeah. She untenses and continues walking.
Fantastic. So it is a very quiet walk at first, with only the swaying of the bridge and the soft singing of "Put one foot in front of the other," followed by the sounds of waves. As you go across, a strange cry comes down, and nearby on the water's edge of the ocean, everyone roll me a nature or survival check.
I got an 18 on survival.
Good try. 5. Victoria, what? Why, Victoria?
An 8.
Fantastic. It was a CR5 check.
Oh, lovely.
So as you all recognize a somewhat familiar form, though not the specific species, of a pteranodon fly low by the waters, looking like it's about to go pick up a fish.
Oh, we used to have those back home.
And then as it gets close to the fish, from beneath the waves, a set of jaws snaps up and yanks it back down beneath.
Did
Yeah,
not have those.
yeah, that makes sense.
That's what happens when you live in desert, Riley. You don't see sea monsters.
Victoria continues.
And the party continues on. Da, 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 da. You're almost to the shore. You're almost to the shore. We're gonna get there soon, fellers. Don't worry. Just one last side tangent.
And dex check. I just
That's intro.
Hey, Ryla, what's your AC?
17.
Oh, it barely misses. So from the sides of the ocean, there's a sudden slam. There's a sudden noise, right? As two heads rear up and try to snap at both Victoria and Ryla. Long, serpentine, and dangerous.
They like
Fin-like paddles splash them up, pulling them up toward the bridge as they roar and hiss like strange lizards. Roll for initiative.
Lord.
I just want you to know this, Casey. You remember how you said plesiosaurs and M said maybe?
5. Oh,
These are elasmosaurs, aren't they?
These are plesiosaurs. There's just two of them.
I rolled a 7 on initiative.
oh my god.
a 1.
Oh no. I
It's
haven't
only on
rolled their initiative, boys. I haven't rolled their initiative.
Well,
only on
since
initiative.
we are now fighting the plesiosaurs, we need the plesiosaur fight theme, which I will provide.
Hold on, let me see. I actually think I have a song for this. What song were you thinking of, Casey?
Posted in general.
Post it in general. You
Oh,
just
the
have
theater of the
thinking
mind
the ward
sessions.
real quick. Cheat on the treasure and do what I please. I mean, that's a good one. but I'm trying to think. I think I have one.
Oh. Should have known. Suddenly things become funky.
Oh my god.
Oh, a little loud there, Jay.
Okay, let's take a look at that initiative rolls, lads. Alright, so we have a 1, a 5, and a 15. So we have... Okay, I'm going to turn off the music because it's probably distracting.
We bet.
My initiative was a 7, so
Casey, Harini, Victoria, and Basil bringing up the bank. Let's see what these boys rolled. What is initiative? What is initiative? Why can't I find stat for initiative? What stat do you use for initiative again?
Dex.
Dex.
Thanks.
It's just dexterity plus 1d20.
Okay. Sorry, I just zonked out for a wee bit. Okay, so that's... And let's see what Plesiosaurus 2 gets. Oh. That's initiative.
Hmm.
So the Plesiosaurus, angry at the fact that it did not get to eat the pterodactyl like his brother, is hungry. He wants a snack. And there's a nice, weird, small snack right there just for him. Hey, Basil,
Hmm?
what's your AC?
10.
Oof.
I have literally no dex. And I'm a
I
wizard. I
know.
can't wear armor.
I know, but it's... Oof, how much health do you have?
Is it more than 20?
No.
I have 18 health.
Cool. In a weird reverse vampirism, the Plesiosaurus bites down on your chest.
Okay.
And you take 14 points of damage.
Alright. Down to 4.
Oh my god.
This is the boss fight I was threatening.
Hmm,
Oh,
The one that you rolled that had someone roll a d4 for in the beginning? Yeah.
Okay. At least it's within range.
they're in the water. We can't fight them in the water.
Their necks are reaching out. The bridge,
Yeah.
the portion of the bridge you are is actually fairly, that you're currently on is fairly level with the water.
They've also
They're
put
reaching. They are able to be hit. Yes. Casey, Ryla.
Ryla's going to resort to her favorite jungle battle form, transform into a slaying mantis, and attempt to hit with her claws on the one that just bit into Basil. That is... two attacks.
Let me check. If it matches, defender wins, right?
attacker wins. If it
Attacker wins.
matches.
Okay, both hit.
Okay.
Look it up. Basil.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
We'll see.
Great. If I'm being completely honest with you, 11 damage? Nice.
Yeah,
Is that just one or both?
for both.
Okay.
I rolled them together.
You do.
Cool. So the one that Plesiosaurus 2, which decided it wanted to have a vampire snack, is now got some nice marks on him. Unfortunately, it is now Plesiosaurus' 1 turn.
Oh, it also takes 8 poison damage. So that's 19 damage total.
Oh, cool.
I did not know this thing was venomous.
Huh.
Oh, I'm venomous. Oh,
It's a mantis. I would think a mantis is venomous, but I don't know.
Alrighty. That takes care of that one. The next one's turn. It's also going to be like, oh boy, free snacks again. Chompa chompa. Oh boy, the dice love these boys. Hey Haridi, what's the AC?
16.
So that's going to hit because I rolled a 15 and that's a +6, so 21.
Ouch.
Take 14 damage. As it chompa chompas. They're specifically going to chompa chompa. And now it is your turn, Haridi. Get your revenge. Stab it, quickly.
Alright. I am going to use my poison spray cantrip.
Fantastic. So what does it have to do?
So it has to make a DC 11 Constitution save or take 12 poison damage.
Ooh, you rolled max. Nice.
damn, yeah.
Oh, damn. What happens if it makes the save? Is it half?
I'm pretty sure it's half.
Okay. So that boy. Okay, so what was the total for the health again? 12?
Yeah.
Cool. So the one that bit into you suddenly lets go and like coughs a little bit as poison spray gets into its nose. It doesn't seem as effective as you wanted it to be.
Oh, shit.
Okie dokie, artichokes. Next up on the round of initiative, Victoria.
Victoria has had it. This has been a fucking nightmare for her every step of the way. And the energy starts flowing out of her stitches, and her eyes begin to glow.
Uh-oh.
Roll 1d8. She gets an 8. She's looking at the one that bit Basil, and a beam of brilliant light lances from her chest in a 5-foot wide, 60-long line. Each creature in the line must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or take 2d8 radiant damage and be blinded until the start of my next turn.
Did
Okay.
you just Gamera mana beam them?
Yes!
Question. What's the save I have to make?
Okay. It is 8 plus my fifth, so 8, 10. That's my con, which is...
Okay, let's be fucking honest. It rolled a 5.
Ah!
Roll
So
that
what-
damage.
Fuck you in particular! 2d8. 9 radiant damage, and it is blind. Right, 2d8? Did I say that right? Yeah.
Blinded. I think it's like a disadvantage on
Yeah,
attack
2d8.
rolls.
Yep. It is not blinded and just got shot with a fucking beam of light. Fuck
And
you
it-
in particular. And I'm not done. I'm raging now. She pulls out her dragon bone maul. Where are you at? Maul, where are you? You're...
Should be under your attacks.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. I have a couple
Well,
things.
he's
Here.
at the bottom of a giant chasm in 2 pieces.
I thought he was on spider legs, living on a remote planet, saved from the fate he found on Naboo.
Javelin hand. Oh, here it is. Maul. Okay. There's a 15 hit.
Yeah.
13 plus 2, that's 15 damage. She
Damn.
takes a big gold ball after shooting a laser at it and just bashes it in the face.
Yeah, no, the now blind and incredibly bloody plesiosaur gives a moan in pain.
She roars at it. Finally! Christ, something different!
Your roar echoes out over the beach
Oh, fuck.
and over everything. And the jungle, which has been kind of like, you've been hearing just faintly now, like a constant live bit, goes silent.
Oh, no.
But it's still too far away to worry about for now.
Shit.
You have more pertinent threats to smash. Basil, you beautiful bastard.
I guess I'm technically not grappled by it or anything like that.
You are not grappled, no, just chomp a chomp.
If you were,
Okay,
just
so
got released, you would have got blinded by a
I
laser.
was gonna fucking teleport away, but like since it's blinded, I'm gonna have Sock fly up behind it and give flank it for us.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast fucking where is it? Ray of no, probably shouldn't do that actually. Damn it. I'll go with Witch Bolt actually. My first Witch Bolt is at 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Roll damage. Yes, well, level 1. 8 damage, lightning.
Oh, it did. The witch bolt blasts out and hits your boy.
God, it killed it. That was
And pierces it through the neck, and the neck falls limply down onto the bridge, shaking it even more. Everybody,
yeah.
make me a dex save to stay on your feet, or an athletics check.
So I'm getting 3 HP back, by the way, because I killed something as a necromancer.
I'm glad you have a way to not be at 4 HP for the rest of this battle.
I don't get a lot of HP back because that one ability is kind of meh. But okay, what do we have
Athletics
to do?
is 10.
I got a
That's
21.
Okay.
Or wait.
Is it a deck save?
Dex save or athletics.
Oh, I should use a dex save. Damn it.
Equally shit. Okay.
I should use a dex. I would probably get my danger sense off that.
D20. Hey, 1!
Oh!
Hey, Basil, congratulations. You healed yourself after killing the plesiosaur, but as its body thunks onto the bridge, you flop. You are not considered prone.
Oh, that's not too bad, actually. Is
Yes.
my turn finished?
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you have 7 HP and you're knocked prone on a thing with a plesiosaur that's right there. Who knows if there's another one in the waters?
I know there's another one, but
No, I mean one you haven't seen yet.
oh, that's fair. Still.
Alrighty, so we're back to the top of the round. Unfortunately, Plesiosaurus 2 met a grisly end. So, Casey.
Ryla's going to attempt another double jab against it. So that is.
The other. Which one?
The one you were attacking is dead now.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah, the one that tried to bite you. But you told him no.
Oof.
Cool, so the 7 doesn't hit. The 20 doodle.
And that is also 4 poison damage, so 10 total.
10 total, fantastic. So this boy has a couple of slashes on his neck. He's not terribly happy about that. He gives his hiss and a snap. And he's gonna go and do a chomp-a-chomp. Because that's all Plesiosaurus can actually do is a chomp-a-chomp. And hold their breath for an hour.
Why can that not be? Oh, never mind.
Hey,
No
Marla,
problem.
what's your AC?
In this form, 14.
It hits. Take 14 damage.
How ironic. That's okay. I've got 19 more.
Okay. So it takes a chomp out of the now giant praying mantis that is in very odd coloration to hit it. He doesn't like that. No good. No bueno. He just wanted a snack. Is it too wrong to want a snack in this poor world? Haridi, there is one sea devil left.
I wasn't okay. Let me see. There's only one left, right? And that's the one that bit me before.
Yes, it's the one that attacked you before. And it has some very lovely claw marks in it, thanks to your praying mantis friend.
Alright, then I am going to use. I'm going to use an Eldritch Blast and see what that does.
So what was they at?
Looks like I got that 10 to hit, so it probably does not. That was 10 to hit, so
10 to hit. No, it does not. Sorry.
alright, so it misses.
Alrighty. Who is next?
Victoria.
Victoria, hey. Hey, that one tried to bite your friend too.
Yeah, when that one dies, she slowly turns to the other one.
It swivels its head towards you and snorts.
With rage and energy still flowing out of her eyes. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah.
Dinosaurs tend not to have very high AC.
They are health tanks.
She smacks it for 10 damage.
Okay. You smack it for 10 damage. And it like whips back a little bit and then like snaps at you.
She snaps back.
Hey Basil, there's one plesiosaur left.
I'm gonna move a little ways, just trying to get out of its reach. Then I'm gonna order Sock to fly behind it once more, giving flanking bonuses. And then comes a happy little mind sliver. DC 13 intelligence save, 5 damage if it doesn't pass.
It takes 5 damage.
Also, hang on a minute. It has other bonuses if you fail, which you did.
It failed, yes.
And if it rolled, let's see here, on its next saving throw before the end of my next turn, it must roll a d4 and subtract that number from the rolled save. So if it has to make a saving throw, it has minus d4.
Okay. Cool. So since you're in the end of the round, it's back to the top of the round. Casey.
Going to just try and hit it 2 more times.
That's a solid strategy, yes.
They seem fairly healthy, but not like super health tanks.
Well, they're only a CR2 encounter.
They hit hard.
They hit hard, but admittedly,
I'm the
Figured the
squishy
poison damage into it that time.
you put the poison damage into it this time?
Yeah.
Cool. So you do the damage, and this guy is now looking like he's up shit creek without a paddle. So he's gonna realize my friend's dead, and there's no food here. I need to move on. He's going to try and disengage. Would anyone like an attack of opportunity?
No. It's
Yeah.
an animal.
Victoria's raging.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad
12.
Sock can't have attacks, or else he would.
A 12 doesn't hit, I don't think. Wait,
Nope.
no. He's flanked by Sock.
Oh, it's true. +2, so it's a 14.
There's a 14
That's
hit.
it.
Ha! That's 15 damage. Okay.
Sorry, I'm still here. Cool. So now the head is no longer attached to the snake body as it descends beneath the waves. In a
Victoria!
And then the shadow from beneath comes back up again, and you think, is it alive? How the hell is it still alive? As the body raises up. And then the wonderful bone devilfish from before has what's left of the neck in its mouth and drags the carcass down beneath the waves.
Good to say that fucker has 2 plesiosaur bodies. It should not want to hunt anyone else.
Victoria!
Right.
I know you're angry, but it's just an animal. You didn't have to do that.
Almost 8 Basil. And Haridi.
Dear, she is correct. It is only an animal.
He's so still with the water that went down.
In any case, so after you get past the bodies that slowly sink beneath the waves, as all good video game introductions happen, you finally make it to shore. Half of you have taken some damage that is almost near lethal in capacity. You're tired, you fell out of the sky, you want to go to bed. I need you all to roll me a perception check.
Oh,
Yeah, I figured.
Lord.
5.
You make it, actually, Nora. It's not a hard perception check, and that should scare you.
I got 5.
Yeah.
Well,
I may got a below 10, but Sock got a 16.
Y'all see it. What did you get, Haridi?
5.
Cool, you notice it too.
Oh.
So you see in front of you, once you get onto the beach, stuck between 2 very jagged-looking cliffs is a nice sandy beach. Odd for this kind of environment. But usually on a beach, and with a tropical jungle no less standing in front of you, you would think there would be more activity. Small animals, birds, sounds, everything, insects even. The only sound that greets you is the crashing sound of the waves. And then a thud, followed by another one. Maybe it's thunder, you think. The storm coming back, but it's too even. Too
no.
big. Something coming at you from the jungle.
That's
What?
ominous.
Let's go back across the bridge.
And as you say that, so I'm assuming during your combat, Victoria, you roared a couple of different times, right?
I'm regretting it, but yes.
You finally get an answer. You don't get to do a territorial blood rage without something coming to find out what's making all the ruckus. Now, how many of you are from areas that are familiar with dinosaurs?
I am.
Not really, but Basil's probably read books.
I would say Hardy is.
I tried to read a book with trilobites in it, apparently, so.
Cool. So, Victoria, you probably wouldn't know exactly what this is. Casey and Haridi might. Well, Casey in particular will recognize this one out of character for reasons because I paid her money.
Oh.
Oh no.
Very pretty.
You are familiar with the Tyrannosaurus, correct? At 40 feet long and 12 feet off the ground. It is a massive predator and king of its ecosystem. And this thing makes it look like a bitch. Standing almost 60 feet in length, with sharp yellow eyes, it judges you as it emerges from the jungle. Its movements swaying with its immense bulk, footprints leaving more gouges in the earth than actual prints. And it steps forward, towering over you all, and unleashes a mighty roar.
That is the biggest Guanji I've ever seen.
Victoria.
This is primeval power incarnate, the fight of survival perfected.
She looks up
The
and says hi.
Giganotosaurus in the flesh.
She says hi in Draconic.
Hi.
It perks it looks at you, and now particular Victoria, snorts and roars again. The first one was more of just, I'm here, I'm big, I'm scary. This is the fuck you roar. This is the target gathered roar.
Okay.
Can I roll a handle animal very quickly?
No. Because as it starts to charge forward, a cry comes out from the jungles and a fireball hits it in the face. And out charging from the jungle, a little more to the right, comes what seems to be a strange battalion of orcs and bugbears and one portly gentleman you are all very familiar with, riding on top of the back of the strangest horned dinosaurs you've ever fucking seen in your life, strapped in metal armor and plating.
You just put your self-insert in here?
No. Give me a second. Let me finish. The queen roars back at them, trying to be intimidating, but the sight of 5 armored tanks, one of which flung a fireball and other ones preparing more, sent her tromping back to the jungles, almost grumpily like, rather than like, oh no, like, oh, I'm scared. It's just like, fuck these guys.
Victoria roars at her as she leaves.
She stops once again and looks and sniffs.
Victoria glares. The radiant energy still leaking from her eyes.
And you almost see what looks like a smile, the wrinkled, scaled skin, as she quietly vanishes back into the jungle. From the head convoy, the portly gentleman jumps down and is like, "My dear, I thought you all had died in the crash." It is, in fact, Sir William Ransford, the Esquire.
I thought you died in the crash.
Now, I watched your part of the ship suddenly plunge off into the depths. I luckily landed right near the envoy. They saw the crash wreck. They saw the shipwreck and came to us, and I came to see if any of you were left.
Yes.
Dear God, what happened to you all?
Victoria snatches the sunstone from the air and hands it to him.
Well, first there were some giant pill bugs. Then there were some sharks. Then there was a
Blue-green
devil fish.
Blue-green pill bugs or black pill bugs?
Black.
Oh, yes, those trilobites. Right bastards, those ones.
Then there were some plesiosaurs, and then that happened.
Well, this was not the way I had originally planned to introduce you to the wonderful continent of, I don't remember my own continent name, hold on a quick second, of Sarisha, but welcome nevertheless. It is in fact a green hell out here, or a blue hell as you found out.
I have never seen an ecosystem this aggressive.
It's all like that. And from the envoy that came in, a large orc hops down, approaches. I'm Gert, head hunter of this expedition, and I am. Would I be stuff like, what's a good word for the mainlanders for this? Mayor, governor,
Chief?
chief of Skymount.
Victoria hands him the jewel.
And he look like you pull out this jewel, and he's just kind of like wide-eyed, like, "Oh shit!" And he takes the jewel, and he immediately like shoves it into a bag. He's like, "I'm not playing with that shit." We thank you for your rescue of the artifact and its delivery. Come, we will get you back to the city where you can go back home.
Blows hair out her nose.
If you wouldn't mind, I believe we'd like a slight rest before we leave.
Oh yes, of course. We have some healers in the convoy if you need them.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you.
Cool. And with that, I'm going to end the session for the night.
Yay!
Welcome to my continent. It's a living hell.
That was a bit of a boss rush, but it was fun.
That was something. That was kind of intense.
Yeah,
you guys did good.
everything.
You guys could have had a very beautiful, wonderful scene had you climbed to the top of the spire and seen the landscape, and it would have been a very picturesque, beautiful thing. But now y'all immediately went for the bridge. So I went, all right, boss fight it is.
Oh,
Okay,
what out of the hellhole?
I'll go let Callie know she can stop the recording.
All right.
Yes.
Also, sorry, Andrew, that I did like,
Mental note, I used apparently the wrong swarms to prep for it because my swarm thing said CR 1/4, but I probably should have treated them like the CR 1/2 and not thrown 10 trilobite swarms at you.
oh, so that's why they're doing so much damage.
Yes, because they're like, when you all did things against them, it's like, cool. 4 of them take damage, but 6 of them said, fuck you, buddy, the dice love us.
Yes. Also, sorry, Andrew, I meant to like greet your character earlier, but we kind of got pushed into the ship.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna stop the recording in a second.
But
For the
I do
first-
apologize for that.
The first time my rage did something besides necrotic damage.